Hello everyone, welcome to TELTAchat. And today we are having leaders from Mwanza chapter and Lindi chapter. We are going to share some ideas, exchange experiences, and give others advice here and there. We have great leaders. 4 of them are here, and maybe others will join on the way. Mwanza chapter is found in the northern part of Tanzania, while Lindi is found in the southern part, and I'm going to introduce the leaders. So when I mention your name, at least unmute and say hi. So the first one is Farida Mzeru. Try to unmute and at least say hi.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here.
Her name is Farida Mzeru. She's an English language teacher in Mwanza. She's a member of TELTA and Africa ELTA. She's also a committee member at TELTA Mwanza chapter. We also have Shadrach, if you can say hi.
Hello everyone, please. I'm very pleased to be with you today. Thank you. We're gonna share a lot of things today.
Thank you. His name is Shadrach Richard. He's an English language and literature teacher in Mwanza. He's an event coordinator of TELTA Mwanza chapter, and he's a teacher trainer. We also have Godlove Shami from Mwanza as well. Godlove, you can unmute and say hi.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to see you smiling. Thank you.
So he is Godlove Shami. He's the coordinator of Mwanza TELTA chapter. He's also a teacher trainer and a teacher leader. Godlove is also we call it TCPD, Teacher Continuous Professional Development Coordinator here in Tanzania. And the last one is Mayasa.
Hello, it is my pleasure to be the part of this session. Thank you.
Mayasa. So she's Mayasa Rupia, a primary school teacher in Tanzania. She's also a coordinator of TELTA Lindi chapter. She's a member of TELTA as well as Africa ELTA, and a teacher on the Access Micro Scholarship Program run in Tanzania. So welcome everyone. You can just unmute. We are going to just speak friendly. I'll start with the simple questions and then we'll go along as you're speaking. So I'll start with the event coordinator, Shadrach. I can see you have turned off your video. Shadrach.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam Irene.
So my first question is to you, Shadrach. As event coordinator in Mwanza, I would like to know, in a space of 1 year as a leader in Mwanza, have you had any events in Mwanza?
Sure. Yeah, thank you, Madam Irene, for the question. As I have been introduced, my name is Shadrach. I'm an event coordinator, TELTA Mwanza event coordinator. And Mwanza TELTA is very much active. We have been doing a lot before, and we are still doing it. For this 1 year duration, we have had 2 events, one of which we conducted teachers training, which was held at Nganza Secondary School. We had teachers from different schools, whereby trainers and facilitators also came from different schools. The event was well organized. Teachers, of course, it was a single day training, that we invited teachers and we invited education officers from the city council. The training started in the morning and we continued until late evening. So what I can say, Mwanza TELTA has been one of the active chapter where we conduct a lot of teachers training, teachers empowerment, students empowerment programs. So, and what I can only say, after that training, also we had a student-based program, which of course we cooperate with the Star TV, whereby we invite different schools. Of course, I can say this is done on weekly basis. It's done on weekly basis that we have the IQ program that we cooperate with the Star TV, whereby we invite almost 4 schools. Hello. So we normally have these programs that enrich students' competency in different subjects, because all these programs are only conducted in English. And therefore, in cooperation with the Star TV, we have managed to empower many students. Even in their subjects, they are doing well. They are able to perform because of the TELTA programs and other things like competitions, debate competitions, also we are involved. So Madam Eileen and all those who are together with us today, we say Mwanza TELTA chapter is doing great and still expecting to perform extraordinary events as we continue. Thank you very much. Otherwise, I will be able to hear or to receive questions from you, Madam Eileen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shadrach. You talked about having an event with teachers. So did you conduct that training to secondary school teachers or primary school teachers?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, yeah. The event, we invited both primary and the secondary school teachers. So they attended. However, the number of secondary school teachers was bigger than the number of the primary school teachers. Yeah, thank you.
Before you go, we also talked about having students' activities, including IQ. And you say these students tend to perform well after that. My question is, how do you assess these students since they come from different schools? How do you assess their performance in schools?
Okay, thank you. Sure. Of course, we have so many schools in Mwanza, but we have been dealing with almost 40 secondary schools, public and private schools. Therefore, we have the record of those students who participate, especially more actively. We have their records. Therefore, we do make continuous assessment of their school performances. So, and we have the record that they normally performing very extraordinary in Form 4 examination. So we have their records, and some of them have been awarded scholarship for short-term courses in different countries. I will mention later. Thank you.
You can just mention now, because I would ask that anyway.
Okay. Through these programs, Madam Eileen and everyone who are listening, that for example, in 2018, we were able to send 2 students to attend Girls Up in Blantyre, Malawi. Of course, they participated well in TELTA Mwanza programs, debate competitions, and the other stuff. And also in 2017, we were able to send 2 students from Mwanza to United States of America in the program, PayWeb program. Therefore, they know, and we have a full cooperation with the schools and the leaders in Mwanza. So I think we appreciate TELTA headquarters support and the other stakeholders who are, of course, working together with us, especially the U.S. Embassy and the British Council. So those are some of the examples, Madam Heidi.
Thank you so much. It seems Mwanza is doing great, and as you said, it's an active chapter, very active, of course. So going to Benedict.
Yes,
I understand Benedict is event coordinator as well in Lindi. Benedict, if you can at least turn on the camera and unmute yourself.
Okay.
You are the event coordinator in Lindi, right?
Yeah.
So the question is still the same. In the space of this 1 year, what have you done? Have you done any events in Lindi which you can share?
Yeah, of course, what I can say about that, Lindi chapters for the past few years, we have been seized, and actually we don't have doing any activity for the past maybe of 3 years because of the leadership that we have for those years. But for these years, actually, after having a new leadership, and we had some of plannings, but for the time being, actual, we didn't sit together and try to planning how we just are going to having activity in our chapters. There's numbers of reasons actually that come across with that situation. Most of the times it's all about the geographical locations. It's one among of the things that made us even Lindi chapter to being seized. This year, as what I say, we have planned to meet in March in order to organize what kind of activity that we just are going to plan. Unfortunately, most of those leaders, they have been busy. Our coordinator has been studying. It's almost for 2 months now, and even one among of our treasurers has been a vacation for birth because he had delivered some babies, and that is a lot of things that come across for those month that actually we didn't meet and having a meeting in order to organize our event. And the thing is that is what I say is all about geographical location. As we see that for myself, I just living. It's all about 40 kilometers from the city, and even sometimes you can see that I didn't even joining even in some of the some of meeting, or even sometimes even participate some of causes because of that. Even in the network sometime, even now, I've been traveled some of area in order to get the network for having this meeting. So there's a thing that is come across with that. It leads us even to have some of this activity being seen. So that's what I can share to you.
Thank you, Benedict. And I hope that Lindi gets a chance to do maybe a workshop or a teacher training, as well as a student competition or something for the students. So going straight to the coordinators, I'll start with Lindi. So Mayasa, if you can unmute yourself. So Benedict has talked about some challenges you are facing in your chapter. So do you have any plans to do some workshops or teacher training in your chapter, Mayasa?
I can say that we are hoping that one day we are going to succeed to conduct a teacher training in our chapter. As a leader, I'm still working on that, and I'm sure it will happen someday soon.
Hope that happens sooner than expected. And the other question is, do you expect to expand the chapter since it's operating, I can see, in just Lindi town? Do you want to expand to other districts? If you are facing challenges in Lindi, can you expand to other districts?
Yes, in my power, I try to connect some teachers from other districts. We have members in our WhatsApp group from Liwale, from Rangwa. These are districts which are in Lindi region. So we are just trying to make them see what is going on, because it's true that TELTA in Lindi is just it's just known in Lindi municipal only. And as you can see, even leaders are only from Lindi municipal and not other districts. So we are trying to share with them about TELTA through this WhatsApp group. And I'm sure they are good ambassadors to their fellow teachers out there. And we wish, and I'm sure we will be conducting workshop in those districts. We have planned for that.
Since you're having communication with these people in WhatsApp, I'm very sure they'll be good in technology. Have you ever thought of doing maybe a Zoom training with them, or a WhatsApp training, so that you can reach them? If you can't reach them physically, you can at least do it visually. Have you ever tried that or thought of that?
I must admit that I didn't think of that, but now that you told me, I will work on that. Thank you, Irene.
Thank you, Mayasa. Going to God Love. God Love, you can unmute yourself. So I know you have been doing a lot of activities in Mwanza. So my question is, the scope of Mwanza chapter, is it operating on the towns, maybe 3 or 4, or are you operating in all districts in Mwanza?
Thank you for getting this opportunity, and just going to respond upon the questions as you have asked. TELTA Mwanza, or Mwanza region, has got 7 districts, of which most of them are found in very scattered, and we have miles to reach from one district to another. For the recent years, as you asked your question, like basing in 1 year, we have been doing a lot in reaching 2 districts, of which we have Mwanza City, where Nyamagana is found, and the Ilemela district, where we combine them because of geographical location. We get to combine the teachers in one training, and they're doing a lot, as Shadrach has mentioned. And again, what do we have as Mwanza? We have an asset of expertise. We have great leaders. Most of them participated in exchange program abroad. So once they come back, they share what they got there with us, and we made the most use of it as leaders, as a strong team, and trying to connect it. This year, we conducted also an event which connected the teachers, and these were high school teachers. We trained them on competence-based curriculum, where the high school teachers, especially English subject and the other subject, in connection of TELTA with Butimba Teachers College, we had training in Bwiru Girls, where we managed to train the whole teachers around the lake zone in 7 districts, and we imparted a lot about what TELTA is doing and how do we manage to do all these stuffs. Thank you.
Well, as Mayasa said, she's having challenges in Lindi. How do you get these teachers? How do you get the teachers for the training? Maybe we can learn from that.
Perfect. Thank you for good question. These teachers, first of all, we have the platform. One of the major platform is technology. We have our Facebook. First of all, we use our individual Facebook account as leaders. Each leader is used to post the activities, and there's so many things, good things that we are doing, so the teacher get to be attracted. The other thing is our WhatsApp group. We have a very active WhatsApp group, which we used to add these teachers in that platform, and we used to share our plans. Like last time, we had the annual plan on the things or the series of events that we are planning to do this year. So we get to involve them. We make the use of phone call. We send them text. So they get aware. And as you know, the TELTA activities, mostly we do them by volunteering, dedicating time. So we try to change their mindset, adapting what we are really doing, which have more input in their teaching profession, especially English language, which is the medium of instruction and communication in secondary school according to Tanzania language policy.
Thank you. Going to Farida.
Yes, Irene.
I'm sure you can answer this one.
Sure.
The question is simple. What are the strategies you use to attract more members in your chapter? Just as Godlove was saying that you get teachers, you change their mindsets. So what are the strategies you are using to get these members in your chapter?
Okay, well, one of the strategies or one of the ways which we normally use are social platforms like the Instagrams, Facebook, and the WhatsApp. So we normally use those platforms, as we know now the world is digitalized. So when you use such platforms, you get to reach a great number of people at once. Apart from that, we normally have a list of number of members. So we send some text messages so as to communicate with them whenever we have some events. But we normally also encourage them to try to talk more about TELTA, what we do and what events do we have, to other teachers back at the stations where they work. So by doing such ways, it has been very fruitful to us, as it has managed to help us to have a great number of members. So whenever we need we need a number of teachers so as to have any kind of debate, or whenever we need a number of teachers so as to have any events, so we use such platform or such ways so as to attract them. And when we have them during seminars and workshops, we used to talk to them and encourage them to encourage more teachers. That's it.
Well, I love the fact that you keep contact with your teachers. You have the numbers, you send messages, you send reminders. That's a great thing to take from all of you in Mwanza. And Godfrey, Shani, can you at least hear me? And if you can speak at least. Are you in a quiet
Hello,
place?
I'm just, yes, of course, somehow.
Somehow.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me,
do you get
Godfrey?
me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I hear and understand you.
I have the same
Just
question
mind
to you.
to give you.
I have a question, Godfrey.
Do you have a question? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
What strategies
Yes,
do you
welcome.
use in Lindi to attract more members in your chapter? I understand you're the PRO.
Yes, you know.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, do you get me? Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank
Irene
you.
Maganga.
Thank you. So it's just a chance for anyone to ask a question to anyone. This is just a discussion. We are sharing ideas. So if you have a question, maybe Farida can have a question to Mayasa and vice versa. It's your time. You can ask others questions and then I'll come back later. Don't you guys have questions? Mayasa,
Yes,
don't you have a question to God Love?
I have one question to Mwanza chapter. Maybe anyone can answer me. I will start with the simple explanation. I tried like 2-3 times to go to the district education officer in my district to try to convince him to help the chapter having a teacher training, but it was hard. I didn't succeed to meet him personally, but I found his assistant, and it was hard. I didn't get any help. So I want to ask them, how did they succeed in that to convince their district leaders to help them or support them in their activities?
Anyone from Mwanza can answer that. We know that's a problem to many chapters. God Love is here to answer. Well, I think his network isn't good. Farida, can you answer that, or Shadrach?
Thank you so much. Do you hear me? Hello, team.
Yes, God Love.
Yes, yes. Sir.
Okay. Talking to these educational stakeholders depends on your approach. How do you approach them? First of all, you need to make your event very professional. Organizations works on documenting. Government works on papers. So you need to write your proposal and your letters of asking for permission, like what are you going to do? How are you going to do it? And which support do you need from our boss, from our leaders, like educational, district education officers or regional education officers. And once you approach them, you give supporting document. TELTA is working legally. We have official document from TAMISEMI. So you also put an attachment to the letters to make it or to create attention and the sense of understanding, really, what are we going to do and what the essence of doing it. Then after that, after replying your letter, you go now for face-to-face talking or conversation, like which support reel do you want to get from them. In most cases, for example, in Mwanza, we began our training without having the facilitation of fare and the lunch sometime, and we asked only the venue from these officials, and they provided us, like, you can choose one of the school of which you have the connection with the teachers, and use that. Now, in the event, you need to make it funny and very enjoyable and interesting to attract more teachers so as they can really value and see the essence of you conducting the training. If you are going to overcome the problem of facing in their teaching and learning or teaching the students, definitely they will enjoy and they'll be attracted for the next time. That's how we used to do. But later, document, supporting details from TELTA headquarters, contacting our president, Mr. Ayubu, that it is what was most to make it happen.
Well, adding to that,
Okay,
before my answer continue, you talked about. Hello, Benedict.
Can I say something?
Benedict,
Yes,
I have a
yes.
question to
Yes.
God Love first, and then you'll go next. So, God Love, you talked about having events where you didn't provide food, lunch to the teachers. How many hours were you training these teachers? 4, 5, 6?
Thank you. Thank you. If you have not having those supporting, we call them training supporting inputs like breakfast, like lunch, you needed to use short time as much as you can. You congest your content, your presentation in a nutshell, for example. You can just go there and teaching teachers, or I'm training teachers on how we can use games in teaching English, of which it is not going to last more than 3 hours, so as they can use short time and go back to their own places and their family to have whatever they have. And as far as it is going to be funny, next time you'll find the fund, and you promise them, like as we did last time, this time we are just going to have only breakfast. Then they will be attracted and they will participate for sure.
I hope Mayasa will take that from you. Yes, Benedict, you can now go on with your question or addition.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to maybe to share some things with a Mwanza chapter. The most cases here in Lindi chapter that faces is all about the mentality, whereby most of the teachers, they have mentality that when you're having a workshop that they expected, maybe they just are going to get a fare, they just are going to get maybe per diem and the other thing. That is one among the problem that faces here in Lindi. So you can come with time that maybe you can invite teachers maybe there to the event, and you can see that the numbers maybe of teachers that attend is few, and even some of them they didn't attend to that the workshop. I just want to maybe Mwanza TELTA chapter, maybe then say some things about how do they attract those teachers maybe to having those who having such kind of a perception. Maybe they think that they are just going to get maybe per diem and the other. Thank you.
Yes, God love. How do you change this teacher's mentality?
In Mwanza, we believe that transformation begins with one person. We don't need sometimes so many people to tell the people the good thing that we are doing. One, we give the task. The leaders, for example, we have the the coordinator, the general secretary, the events coordinator, the executive members. The task of at least coming with the 2 people, like everybody should use as much as you can. That's how we began. Make sure you brought 2 participants to attend the training, and they do it because they are leaders. They use whatever they can do. Now, being 80 plus 2 people from each leader, you find like you have 16 or 20 people. Take an example, 80, everybody come with 1 person, we make it 16. So once they arrive there, and make sure you invite a guest speaker who will add value to your training. The people, they never trust a king from the same land, They needed to have someone who they will create attention. And you tell them, like in this training, we are just going to have a special guest who will open our training, maybe from RIO or from DO or from somewhere else. What are you doing in the training? You do as much as your best. Sometimes you can invite somebody from the headquarters. You can invite Jamal, you can invite Ayub, Kezia, Fatma, or anybody else, just to create an attention like there is a guest. And sometimes we promise like these guests that are coming with the journals from US Embassy and from elsewhere, that they will be provided and they will assist in your teaching, and at the end, they will provide the certificate. So by encouraging them, once they arrive you make sure that you don't lose that participant for the next training. So that's how we used to convince, and that's how we make the use of it.
Benedict, are you satisfied?
Yeah, I satisfied. Maybe we can use
next time, make sure you invite speakers from other regions. You can even send a flight ticket to Godlove so that he comes from Mwanza. Godfrey, do you have a question before I give the floor to Mwanza people?
Thanks. Yeah, I'm satisfied with it.
So that you can sort that out. So Mwanza, do you have any questions to Lindi, or you have any advice to give them? Godfrey, they'll call you.
Hello.
Yes, Shadrach.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Madam Irene. I have an advice, a piece of advice to Lindi people that Lindi, I think you are almost at the chapter, and it's normal. At the beginning, always there are things that you face, and sometimes you get discouraged. But let me assure you, leaders be united, plan together, sit together, have a very good plan that you have to meet sometimes on weekly basis, and if possible, try to visit some office. Try to visit the DO office and try to pick even 6 primary and secondary schools to visit them, to introduce, to go and make introduction, tell the heads of schools and head teachers, who are you, what are you doing, what is TELTA, because sometimes you may find like maybe they do not know what is TELTA and why and how TELTA will contribute to improving some issues related to education. So it's the beginning. So you don't have to give up. Just be united. Make sure you meet on weekly basis. It will make a very strong start among you leaders, and then you will attract some other teachers. And try to be very clear. Don't lie or don't cheat. Just tell them, we shall have an event, and this event is almost done for free. It needs someone who can volunteer, who can just use his or her time to help others. Benefits or some kind of money will follow. They don't have to depend much on pay. That when I participate, I have to be paid. No, you just try to tell them that let us, as teachers, as stakeholders, education stakeholders, let us work to help our community to change them. And changing their mindset and changing the entire community is what we are looking for. So things like money will just come automatically. Otherwise, we are together, Lindi people. We can come to you one day and work together. Thank you very much.
Mayasa has heard you, and then I think she will invite you in Lindi. So Lindi people, don't give up. Try as much as you can to go to these education officers. Be persistent. And then he talked about unity. Try to be united. You can even have lunch together so that you can sort things out. Anyone else, Farida? Do you have anything?
Yes, Irene, I would like to advise. I have a little advice for them. Firstly, they have to try to copy a strategy that Mwanza chapter is using, that is teamwork. So whenever you have a challenge in your work, if you are facing that challenge together, that load becomes a little bit lighter. So first of all, they are supposed to work as a team. So you don't have to just to work for you only on your position as a secretary or as a coordinator or event coordinator, whatever. You just have to work any challenge and solve any challenge that you are facing together as a team. So that will really help you. But secondly, I think you should start to work with a small team. Start with small number of people who are very passionate enough, who are very eager to face. Are very eager to attain or achieve what you have already, what plans you have already planned for yourself. So start with a very small number of people. And then from those number of people, you transform a very group of people. That is, and the last thing that I will try to advise them, they should also try to communicate. Communication is key. So communicate as much as you can. If you have a little trouble, maybe you are, some sort of transport, maybe your location, some people are coming in interior areas, try to use digital platforms like Zoom meetings. We as a Mwanza chapter, we always use that whenever we have a very tight, a little bit tight schedule. We use Zoom meetings, or you may use WhatsApp. You may have a group, and you can have some WhatsApp calls and videos or chats, so that as to communicate and to see how you can work through any challenges that you are facing. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now, God love.
Thank you for this last opportunity. I would like first of all to congratulate the Lindi people. This is just one big step, because when you share your challenges to the people, that's the one way towards solving it. But again, nothing is simple. It needs a lot of commitment. It needs a lot of dedication. It needs a lot of volunteering, sometimes taking money from your pocket, because it will reach a time that you'll see what you gave, you earn much more of great value than what you can just calculate over a short time when they seeing like maybe why am I doing this and all that. So what I can just trying to tell these Lindi people, first, brand your product. What is your product? Your product is TELTA. You need to brand it to make it super. For example, in TELTA Mwanza, we used to make our meeting in a very big hotels, for example. Maybe some people, they can think like we have a lot of money. No, we just go there, we buy 1,000 soda, but we show like we need to inspire people like we are enjoying doing what we are doing. And once we make some photos as a team, we post them in our group. So automatically we inspire these people and see like this team is doing something of great value. Let me attend the year training to see real, what are they posting? Is that what they preach? So we really practice what we preach. And by doing so, you find the people now, slow by slow, trying to change their mindset. And that's what great achievement that we have. Again, these officials, government officials, you cannot tell them once and understood. You needed to disturb them, like several times, visiting the office, knocking the door and telling them like, we want to do this. This is our plan. And sometimes you find even their spare time, like after work, you sit with them and you try to inspire them. If the teachers, they refuse, make outreach, visit their students in their respective schools, combining 3 or 4 schools, because we have that permission and we are working legally because our letters allow to do English activities. Go there, conduct the debate.
Understand, God loves. Network is always.
First of all, a leader needs to be the role model as an expert. Then the teacher will multiply it to the students. So they will see like, God love is doing something amazing. Shadrach is doing something amazing. Zamu is doing something amazing. Mahamba. And they will cop up. And finally, you find them liking TELTA because you have branded, you post in your social media, you post in the platform, and you're proud of what you are really doing. And finally, you will make your job easier. So, and that does not take in a single day. TELTA Mwanza began in 2012. Now it is 2020. It's like we have 10 years. So it takes time, but when you have a will, you must make it. Thank you so much, guys. So Lindi, invite us as we are ready, and we will have a lot we can share, but getting engaging. And sometimes we learn from the headquarter leaders. How do you participate in this platform? How do you contribute your ideas in the main group of TELTA coordination Tanzania-wise? And the Lindi guys, again, I can challenge you. You need to use the opportunity. You had the access program in Lindi before. The same applies. Use that platform to make sure like the students who graduated from the access, they do 1, 2, 3, or they did 1, 2, 3, 4. You multiply to the other students and make the students program and the teachers training. And finally, you will be giant as Mwanza and you will excel. Thank you so much, Andy. I'm happy to be part and parcel of this platform and this evening TELTA chat today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. You shared a lot. And I was writing my takeaways for all the chapter leaders, not only for Lindi and Mwanza, but all chapter leaders. And I'm going to read them so that people would maybe take these away as I'm taking them as well. So the first thing, guys, is teamwork. These leaders have emphasized on teamwork. We should work as a team. We shouldn't work alone. Make sure you work as a team so that you succeed. Also, when you are doing these teamworks, you have to be united. So you sort your things on your own. I'll mute this one. The other thing they said is you try to sort your challenges in the chapter. So whenever you have a challenge, try to sort it out. And then the Mwanza people told us we have to start small. If we see that we can't have maybe 100 teachers in a training, we have to start with a small number of teachers who are passionate enough. They will attend the webinars, they will attend the workshops, they will attend the trainings, and then they'll spread the word to other teachers. They also told us to not give up and be persistent, especially when we are facing these education officers in our chapters. They also talked about communication. So communication is a key. If we communicate as leaders, it will be easier to communicate with other members within the chapter as well. They've given us advice, and I told this Mayasa very early, you try to use technology. If you can't meet physically, try to meet visually. You can meet with your members visually by using Zoom as we are doing right now. Also, the last thing I got from Godlove is to brand TELTA. So we should all try to brand TELTA since TELTA is us and we are TELTA. Guys, if there's anyone who wants to say something before we wrap this up, you can just raise a hand so that I see you. If you want to say anything, we are concluding this. So I can see no one. Okay. Shadrach?
Okay, thank you, Madam Eileen. First of all, I really appreciate this program that has brought us together to share common ideas to take miles TELTA, Tanzania. And I would like to appreciate all leaders, headquarters, and all those stakeholders who are actually working together with TELTA. That is really encouraging us and making us more stronger to continue working, helping our students and the community at large. Otherwise, we are ready to work day and night, making sure that Tanzania is ours and we are Tanzanians. Otherwise, thank you.
Thank you, Shadrach. Benedict, you'll be the last one.
Okay, I just want to thank for this chat, and we are going to take what the Mwanza chapters said to us, and maybe we are going to starting with a new era and doing a great job. So that is what I just promised to you.
Thank you, Benedict. Not you alone. I also have my takeaways, and I'm going to share these with the other leaders. I'm sure they'll watch this recording, so we'll share this to everyone. Godlove?
Thank you. I really appreciate the effort done by TELTA headquarters, by our president, Mr. Yubu Msuya, and the team. But again, I really appreciate your effort and your tireless passion in making this happen. This evening, it has been very wonderful, and I'm sure They are just going to learn a lot from this discussion. What I can just put it more strictly is just in sending us this video as we finish this, so as we can share in our platform and make more inspiration, and like TELTA is now moving to the next level. Otherwise, good evening, guys. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? The ladies, we have two ladies.
Yes. Yes. It won't be good if I would just mute or stay silent to the end of this session without saying what I wanted to say for about 3-4 weeks now. First, I would like to congratulate you for this thoughtful program. It is good. We learned, as a Lindi chapter leaders, we learned a lot within these few minutes. We learned, and it all thanks to you, Irene. Whenever I see something, you post something on our groups, maybe coordination, chapter coordination or elsewhere, what comes in my mind is that this girl is on fire. And I'd like to tell you that go on, girl, go on. I'm sure you'll be somewhere far someday, inshallah.
Thank you.
Otherwise, have a good evening.
Thank you so much. Farida?
Thank you, Irene. Much has already been said, but all I can say is thank you for having us. We have learned a lot. I think we have a lot to take as a take home. So to each and every one of us, otherwise, good evening to each and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming to TELTAchat. We have shared a lot. I'm very sure everyone who is going to watch this recording is going to learn a lot as well.